and click Henry Cejudo for the 2019 Fighter of the Year. Anyways, let's get started. I like to talk about today because it seems like everybody just cannot stop talking about it. Is Jorge Masvidal and Ben Askren. And as you guys saw last Saturday, Masvidal knocked out Ben Askren within 5 seconds. And there's a lot of things going, that happened back and forth. But it wasn't just a loss; it was a traumatic loss. And there's a big difference because we all lose, but rarely does people lose like in that fashion. And that's something that he's gonna have to get over. There are certain steps to take to be able to come better because of it. And I wrote this down. I saw this somewhere, but I can't forget where, a long time ago. But anyways, here it goes. The attitude of how we approach the trauma of defeat can determine our cure for success and failure. So the attitude of how we approach the trauma of defeat can determine our cure for success and failure. So that just lets us know that it's a cure. Like, we have to continue to keep feeding the mind. Feeding the mind is probably the most important thing at this point, rather than the whole physical aspect. Yeah, if your chin goes, but if your mind goes, you're like a chicken with his head cut off. So if I was to give you guys advice on something like that, because I would say I've been I'm not sure if I've been in a traumatic loss like that, but I've been in a loss, and I know what it feels like. But I have no idea what's going through his heart or his mind. But what I can tell you, there's a few things that I would say is, first, we have to face it. You have to accept the fact that things happen. They do. They happen in our sport. They happen in especially in our sport. We have to accept it. And I'm sorry. 2 is 1, we face it. 2, we accept it. And then 3, we don't become bitter because of it, but we become better. And I'm going to give myself that same situation. I got stopped my first time fighting for the title shot, came back 2.5 years later, and, became a world champion. And these are the steps that we have to take. We have to continue to keep feeding our mind. It's so important that this right here, that we still envision ourselves like champions in order for us to stay on the course. If not, it wasn't just a loss, it was a traumatic loss. That's going to affect us in the physical form. So you guys, when in a traumatic loss, continue to keep feeding the mind and continue to keep the vision alive. It's important for you to envision yourself as champion once again. That's your Motivational Monday. You guys make sure to go up to the link and click for Henry Cejudo 2019 Fighter of the Year. Thank you guys.